Councilmember Campbell.
Oh, sorry, I didn't push the light. I would just like to say that we did not know until this afternoon that this was a problem, and the whole problem really is because it couldn't be noticed ahead of time. And I think to lose the opportunity for middle-class housing in an area that's so close to the water, and that's why we have the 30-foot limit, to lose that opportunity to provide at least 150 middle-class spaces and for, just like them, affordable spaces, I think that is a complete loss of common sense. I think we need to figure out a way that we can get noticed, that we can fix the rules. And I wonder if in the past there have been other people who did prorated payments on in lieu of fees, and I believe there were. So I would like the city to look into that. And if that precedent has already been set, I would like that to apply also to this developer. So I think there's other things we can think about and do. And I'm sorry that we didn't know about this and we didn't have enough time to do the notice, because I think it would be a wonderful project. I'm definitely still for it. I understand what everybody's saying about density, but I'm telling you, this place was zoned for single-family homes, and there were maybe going to be 6 built. Now you're going to have 150 living units. So I cannot comprehend saying no. There's principle and there's practical. Practical is this shovel is ready to go in the ground. This thing is ready to go. Practicality is in 2 years or less, we can have 150 middle-class families living there using the trolley system, and I think we should go for it. And I'm sorry that the city is, we need to be more proactive in finding out ahead of time, how can we make this 10% or maybe 15%? How can we make this work? We have to get rid of this $1.89 a square foot in lieu of fee. It's ridiculous. So that's all I have to say is let's support this and let's get it done. Let's start building.
Councilmember Moreno.
So I appreciate the interpretation by the city attorney, but and thank you for that. But what would we have to do today to move forward with the 4 low-income housing units?
You would either need to return it to staff to have it come back with that waiver or that reduction in the fee with the ability to make those findings, or to have the approvals come by uncodified ordinance in order to allow for the partial payment.
So what if we disagree with your interpretation and we want to move this forward today? What is your recommendation? No, I'm asking. I mean, you know.
My recommendation.
I could ask that question. I mean, you're here to give us legal advice, right?
My recommendation is that the code does allow for the in lieu fee payment to be made, and that would allow them to comply with inclusionary affordable housing regulations.
I would also add we are more than happy to work with everyone ahead of time. Unfortunately, what was noticed today is what's in front of you. We have told you, based on the wording of the code, that what was proposed is not allowable. As you pointed out, we advise. It's up to you whether to accept our recommendation or not.
But you could still counsel us if we want to move forward against your recommendation. Or you wouldn't counsel us if we decided to move forward?
We would always provide you legal advice. Okay. We give you advice, and then sometimes we defend.
So that's my question. That's my question. Yes. Should Councilmember Campbell want to move forward, and should I want to second it? What would have to happen?
You would need to modify your motion.
Okay, and what would you recommend the motion to be?
Apparently what was proposed by the applicant.
Thank you.
So we currently do have a motion on the floor and that has been seconded. So we need to vote on that motion, or the maker of the motion is able to amend the motion. But we need to vote right now.
Can I give Marcella my 18 seconds?
Sure.
With all due respect, council members, while I appreciate that this is a tough decision today, we also don't necessarily want to be legal guinea pigs right now. And we feel that the ordinance being silent was permissive. There are projects that have been allowed to prorate them without having had an uncodified ordinance. We apologize if this should have been vetted beforehand, but this project has taken quite a beating, and we respectfully request that, assuming we're moving forward with the recommendation for approval, that we move forward today, and respectfully request that. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So we do have a motion on the floor to move forward with the project as presented by staff. It's been seconded, so please vote. Clerk, please call the roll.
And that passes 6-3 with Council President Gomez, Council Member Ward, and Council Member Montgomery voting no.
Thank you. We do not have any city attorney report from closed session, and we don't have any requests for adjournments in memory. We will now adjourn council to the next regularly scheduled council meeting on Monday, January 14th, 2019 at 2 p.m. This meeting is adjourned.
You'll always be my only guiding light. Late in my youth, well, I'm still in awe of you. Discover some new truth.